I want to do that that I haven't done, or I changed the path of, is because of people pleasing. And I will, kid you not, cry because I should have done something, but no, because people want to dictate my future and control my life. It is their dreams than mine. Welcome to You Against You podcast, and I'm your host, Deja Nicole. So, in today's episode, which is season 4, episode number 9, this era is called Building a Life That Feels Like Me, or Building a Life That Feels Like You. So, in today's episode, I will be talking about how to build a life that you want to live. I have so many episodes based on this, but I feel like I want to dig deeper into this topic because I feel like a lot of people like myself, we know what steps to take to achieve our goals, to live the life that we want to, but we feel like we're behind because the things that we see on social media, we feel like we're not doing a lot. Sometimes we feel like we're just doing enough or not even close to enough in life, and we have to realize that we cannot compare ourselves to others, and that we cannot live our life like others, or live our life like someone wants to live our life and be someone's puppet. There's a saying that I feel like in my life mostly, that I feel like I'm someone's puppet. And maybe you as well, if you're listening to this episode, you also feel like you are someone's puppet. Like you are someone's what's the word? Ventriloquist dummy, like, Pinocchio, like, you feel like you're someone's puppet, like, they're dummy, like, and you don't want that. You want to cut the strings off it and just live the life that you want. So if you're in that same boat as I, or just in a similar boat, or you feel like, yes, you have started the path, you have started the steps to start the life that you want to live, but then you feel stuck because you are either scared to step out your comfort zone, or scared to make someone else unhappy because you are living the life that you want, then this episode is for you. So let's just get into season 4, episode number 9, which is, this era is called Building a Life That Feels Like Me. So we're going to do our mental health checkup. So our mental health checkup is, a lot of things happen. I haven't been consistent with YouTube with a lot of reasons. One, I just haven't been myself mentally. I feel like I've been mentally tired and physically tired. If y'all don't know, I have a chronic illness. I have heart disease. And living with a chronic illness is very hard sometimes. It is very, very difficult, especially as a content creator. Like, you want to post, record, and just try to be consistent, but your body is tired, and your body is going to tell you you are tired. So as someone who has a chronic illness, I can get so much rest, but my body is still telling me that I'm tired, and that I need the rest that I need, because I have to listen to my body. And I just have been so tired lately. Like, when I mean lately, I mean tired. So yeah, but a lot of things has happened. I'm being consistent with working out. Well, not this week because I'm on my cycle, but I have been working out again. I work out with my boyfriend. I just recently hit 5 months with him, so I'm so happy about that. I went to go see the Michael Jackson movie. I know it's not really like a updated, but Michael Jackson is one of my favorite artists that I like listening to, and I went to go see his movie last Friday, the opening night, and oh my gosh, I cried. I cried in so many scenes, and the striped pants. If you have seen the movie, you know the striped pants. Then you know. But I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. Ever since I was younger, I had a birthday card. Every time you open it, it sings ABC by the Jackson 5. Yeah. But I seen that. I just been doing things that make me happy. I've been coloring, reading, I've been creating content for YouTube. So a lot of things, having multiple social media channels, and also trying to get back into small form content, but trying to get back into my YouTube, and then slowly podcasting, and then short form. It is hard sometimes, but it's like I have to take one step at a time, getting back into consistency of things. So yeah. And I just feel like one day I just need an editor and an assistant. Like, not gonna lie, like, I need an editor and an assistant, but that's only when I start getting paid from social media and when I have a good paying job that I have extra for my income that I can do that, because at the moment, that is not within my budget. But I've been good. I've been happy, smiling more, doing the things that I love, and that's all that matters. The quotes of today's episode is: owning our stories and loving ourselves through the process is the bravest thing that we will ever do. So this is so true based on today's episode, because you have to enjoy the process of you becoming the person you want to become. So the affirmation is: I'm creating a life that reflects my true self, and every choice I make is a step closer to the real me. And that is true as well. I feel like as a society, we really have to be authentic self, but it's hard to be authentic self sometimes around the people that we like to be around. That includes family, partners, friends, associates, co-workers, because everyone in your life gets a different version of you. Okay? Everyone in your life gets a different version of you. And I feel like we put ourselves in a box where we're scared to show people the whole entire box of ourselves. So us, when we have like our partner and our family and our friends, like, yes, your family is going to have that 100 authentic you, that they're going to have that full box. Your partner might have that full box, but your friends, your associates won't have that full box. They have maybe a box was in that full box that you have given them, but they won't have that full box. And I just feel like it is hard sometimes to show people the real you. And that is something that I struggle with. And there's a lot about me that I don't like to share. Like, I don't have a lot of friends because I can be real, but I know who I am. I'm quirky. I'm a nerd. I love cute things. I will tell the truth out about someone and be very blunt. And I have done that with two of my old friends that are no longer in my life. Like, there was one friend, she called me, crazy because of a situation that I went through, and that situation had a huge impact in my life. No matter if that person was still in my life that causes that situation. And it was I was still healing from that situation. I'm healed now, because if I wasn't healed, I wouldn't be with my partner. But there was a point that when I saw like a car of that person that is part of the situation that I went through, I felt a certain type of way, and that there's a reason why. And she called me crazy, but she was in a far worse, I wouldn't say worse situation, but a similar situation as me. But I never called her crazy for staying with a person that put her in that situation, to the point that that situation was worse for her, because I was in my place. It just wasn't. And if I wanted to call her out for that, and I have actually low-key did call her out after I told her I'm ending this friendship, it was like, let me actually tell you the truth about yourself, because what you're saying was not right. I had another friend who pushed me aside once she entered a relationship, which a lot of women actually go through. A lot of friendships, breakups with their friends when it comes to women friendships, is when a woman goes into a relationship, they will push their friends to the side. and they will forget that, and I don't like that, and I don't mind that I don't have friends. Like, the only friend that I have is my boyfriend, but I don't mind that I don't have friends, because it's like, I know who I am as a person when it comes to friends, but no one wants to be that type of person to me. And I told that my old best friend, because she was my best friend, I was like, I don't appreciate it, how you are towards me ever since you got in this relationship. I'm happy that you was in this relationship, but ever since you got into this relationship, you pushed me aside. And she wanted to act really, really, what's the nicest way to say dumb about it? Um, like, she didn't know what I'm talking about. I was put it in that way, because she didn't, and I tried to explain to her in the simplest way. If you are watching this, then you saw me do the air quotes, but if you're not watching this, I am doing the air quotes in the simplest way, and there was no simple way to actually explain that. But I just said it, like, we can't continue to be friends, and she actually told me from her mouth that she had lost a lot of friendships because of her relationship, and said, quote unquote, her friends were jealous of her because she was in a relationship. All I know, that's what she told me, but that they were not jealous. They just wanted a friend, and you don't want to be a friend. So yeah, but like, I have really, like, I can really relate that, because when I was like my true self with my old best friend, though, she would call me a nerd, she would call me a dork, and this and that. So like, it is hard for me to be my true self around people, because I have a true self of myself. Like, I can be mean sometimes, but I'm also being honest, and people can take that as me being mean to them and disrespectful. But no, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm telling you how I really feel, how you make me feel, and I'm being like the honest truth. So like, I can really, really relate to this affirmation, and I hope that you can really relate to the affirmation as well. And then the journal prompt is: describe what a life that feels truly like you looks and feels like. What elements, big or small, make you feel the most like yourself, and what is one step you can take this week to bring more of those elements into your daily life? So yeah, and all of the affirmations, so the affirmation quotes and journal prompt will always be in the show notes down below if you're wondering. So yeah, but if you're watching this on YouTube, besties, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening to this on Spotify, don't forget to leave a comment and a review. No, don't forget to leave a comment and a rating if you're listening to this on Spotify. I think you can leave a review, but I know it's a rating and comment on Spotify. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a rating and review. And just to let you know, I will be starting back my guided meditations. I know I said that, but I said it like months ago, and it's about to be May. But yeah, I'm going to start back my guided meditations again next month. I don't know when next month, but I think either the third week or the last week of May is when I'm going to start them. I want to batch content my guided meditations. But if you are new to my podcast, I usually post that on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. I haven't been posting them, but I will be starting posting them again soon. And journal prompts on my podcast Instagram. And yes, you can go follow You Against You podcast on both Instagram and TikTok, which is You Against You podcast by Deja. And you can follow me on my personal Instagram, TikTok, which is Deja_Nicole_, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and all my other social media. So will be in the show notes down below. But let's just get into today's video, besties. So, like I said, today's episode is building a life that feels like you. And like I said, I feel like this episode, plus other episodes that I have talked about, is really good, because social media, everyone still has that FOMO when it comes to social media. Everyone has that fear of not living their life to the fullest. And I am one of those people, but let's just get into today's episode. So, the first key point I'm going to talk about is what it means to build a life that feels like you. You want to ask yourself this question: on what it means to build a life that feels like you, and then you want to see your life how it is. So, first of all, ask yourself actually, what is the life that I'm living? How is the life that I'm living? And do like a whole 360. Sit down and plan out, write down how your life is currently. And then you want to ask yourself, how's the life that I want to live that feels like me? Because we see those type of girlies on TikTok, a day in the life, Pilates, they work out, they eat healthy, they do this and do that. But not everyone can live that life. Now, let me rephrase that. Not everyone has the budget to buy always healthy foods. Not everyone have the budget to go to Pilates class. So what can you do, or any type of workout classes I should say, but what could you do right now to start living the life you want? Because at the end of the day, you can't wait when you have a lot of money to live this life. You have to scratch out that money is the issue when it's not the issue. It's currently, what can you do right now? You can work out at home if you want to live that healthy lifestyle. Me and my boyfriend, we go to a walking trail to walk. I work out at home. I don't have a car. I don't have the money to take an Uber to go to a Pilates class. I told myself once I get a good paying job and I get my car fixed and get my license, I'm paying for an in-person Pilates class. But I have a yoga mat. I have YouTube. I have a Pilates reformer. And I can do at-home Pilates at home because that's something that I want to do. And actually insert that every Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes the weekends. But mostly Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do Pilates workouts. Either reformer or mat, but mostly mat Pilates. And that is something that I do. So, yeah. So you want to ask yourself, what do you see your life as right now? And how can you change it to the life that you want to live and to make it feel like you? I want to be a Pilates princess. So that's why I like doing my Pilates and sometimes using my mini reformer because I want that lifestyle. So, yeah. The next key point that I'll be talking about is what we lose ourselves. Why? No, not why. Not what, I should say. Why we lose ourselves in the first place. So a lot of us, when we are trying to change our lives and we are trying to live the life that we want to live and that feels like us, we lose ourselves in the process. We lose ourselves in the chaos. We lose ourselves because who is surrounding us. And that's a true fact. I feel like with me, I lose myself in the process why I don't want to live a healthy lifestyle, this and that, because I worry about other things that I can't control. I can't control that I can't find a job at the moment. Even though I want a job, I can't find the job to make an income. And it's frustrating to not find the job that I want. Or to find the job at all in the field that I went to school in. Or a similar field, because it is hard, it is frustrating, and you have to realize that is something that you can't control. You can't focus on the things that you can't control. Sometimes it is my environment. I have tried to live a healthy lifestyle. I have tried to eat healthy, but lately, because I get depressed lately because either it's been raining so much or my chronic illness and I'm tired, or I can't find a job, I stress eat. I literally will go towards sweets and candies than other things. I used to be an average person who works out. I'm not even kidding. But I would get criticized by my family and be like, Deja, you're already skinny. Why are you working out? When I'm working out for actually my heart health and my mental health than to lose weight, because other people work out for so many things. And that really discouraged me. There's a lot of things why it discouraged me. as someone who wants to also be bilingual, and that's the life that I want to live and the person I want to be as well, I used to be confident to speak Spanish in public and to actually practice my Spanish and listen to music in Spanish to learn and watch telenovelas and stuff. And I'm now slowly getting back into that, but I'm low-key scared because it's like I'm scared of my family will say something because they have said something. But what's so funny, my brothers also want to learn. One of my brothers wants to learn Spanish, but he was never criticized about that. But when it comes to me, it's like, why the hell I'm getting criticized for that? So yeah. So sometimes we have people who can criticize us. Sometimes we have people who tell us how the hell we should live our life. We have social media. Sometimes we have a show that we like watching and we want to be like that type of person on that show that we're watching that is pressuring us to change the path that we already going through or striving for, and it's something that we shouldn't want to change because of the people, the things that we consume, and all that is telling us otherwise. And people pleasing is also another thing that, which is what I'm talking about. And that is something that I feel like a lot of people have trouble with, is people pleasing. I'm a people pleaser. I hate being a people pleaser because sometimes, I kid you not, things that I want to do that I haven't done, or I changed the path of, is because of people pleasing. And I will, kid you not, cry because I should have done something, but no, because people want to dictate my future and control my life. It is their dreams than mine. So yeah. The next thing is chasing the should than the want. You should want to try something out. You should want to do this. If it's on your mind, it's a should first. Like, if it's on your mind first, and then you change your mind to something else that is a want because other people is telling you to change it, and you'd be like, well, I want to do this, but I should do this. You shouldn't want to do the wants, because most of the wants that you are chasing, that you're doing, is based on someone else than on your own decision, and it's based on someone else's decision. And shoulds are mostly based on your decisions because it's usually the first thing that had popped up in your mind. So yeah. So the next key point that I will be talking, which is the last key point that I am talking about in today's episode, is steps to start building the life that feels like you. So the first step is clarifying your core. Asking yourself, what should I do right now to make the life that I live right now to feel like me? What should I do? Do that. Make your list and clarify those and start doing it. The second thing is audit your life. I feel like I can't really there's so many ways, I should say, you can audit your life. You go on TikTok. If you don't know how to, I might actually make a Instagram post on how to audit your life, because there's so many different ways to audit your life. I know I use TikTok to use inspo to audit my life, but there's so many different ways to audit your life. And when you audit your life, you have like a whole roadmap on how you want to live your life and how to make your life feel like you. The third thing is let go on what doesn't feel like you, what doesn't fit anymore. I feel like there's a saying, as someone who's turning 25 next year, I'm turning 24 this year in July, the beginning of July. There's a saying that says, and I've been seeing on TikTok, and I'm scared that as someone who likes pink and girly and cute things, that I won't ever love those things ever again after I turn 25. Is that like when you turn 25, your frontal lobe fully develops and you're not going to love the things that you loved before. And I'm scared that I'm going to stop loving these cute and girly things. But hopefully I don't let go of those things that doesn't like, because that fits me. But there's a lot of things that I have let go that doesn't fit me. That could be shows I used to watch. I now like watching anime, but there's a lot of drama shows that I used to watch that doesn't fit me anymore, meaning I don't really draw or gaze my attention to them. There's certain music that I won't listen to. There's certain people I won't hang out with. There's certain styles I just don't like wearing anymore. So you just have to literally let go on the things that you don't like. Just because people say that you like them doesn't mean you will always like it forever. There's certain foods that you probably won't like. And this is really like foods I feel like is a really good example for let go of what doesn't fit you. Because I feel like we can pretend to like a food that someone else thinks we like. So for me, for example, I don't like chicken wraps anymore. As someone who grew up liking chicken wraps, I don't like chicken wraps. If this makes sense, it doesn't fit who I like. It doesn't fit my palate, my taste palette. And I just don't like them. So every time someone gets me a chicken wrap, I'm not going to lie, I get pissed off. Because it's like, you're not asking what I like. You're not asking, like, you're just assuming I like it, and I told you like multiple times I don't like it. But it's like you have to really let go what doesn't fit you, who you are as a personality as well, because when you're building a life that feels like you're also changing your personality, you're changing the things that you like and don't like, you are changing your surroundings, you're changing who you talk to, you changing on what you consume, as in listen to and watch and all. And that depends on that. The last thing, well, second last thing under this is add in what lights you up. So with me, I like cute things. I like Hello Kitty. I always liked Hello Kitty, and as an adult, I'm getting back to collecting Hello Kitty things. I'm getting back into collecting cute things. I never thought, like, as an adult, as someone who's 23, I never really lost my whimsy, I should say. I never lost that part of me. And a lot of people have. Like, I stopped playing with dolls at the age of, like, 14 when I went to high school. But I still like cute things. I still like the color pink. I still love flowers on here. I put stickers on things. I literally have stickers on the back of my iPad. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, I have stickers on the back of my iPad because I use my iPad for like my notes for my podcast. But that's what lights me up. Little trinkets lights me up. Skincare products, because I just love skincare products. Not just because sometimes skincare products or the packaging of skincare products are aesthetically pleasing and cute, but I just love that. I love stickers. I like cute things. I like books. Those are the things that I want in my surroundings that lights me up. And I want to be this girly girl who is, who lights up a room, who is perky, who just likes being happy and who smiles a lot. Like, I want to be that type of person. And those things makes me who I am. So, yeah. The next thing is, which is the last thing, is make small, subtle changes. So that can be in your surroundings. If you're someone, because I know it's so huge today, if you're someone who likes to be minimal, or you were someone who was minimalistic, and now you want to add color, a pop of color, and be fun, add pink and pastel colors into your room, into your space, into your house or your apartment. Add those things. Those are subtle changes into your environment. I don't know what I just said, but into your environment. If you just wear neutral colors and you want to change that, get pinks, get yellows, get reds, get light blues, and add that to your wardrobe. If you're someone like who I used to be, someone who used to wear just ballet flats, and you want to change up your shoe routine, basically, add some sneakers. I say both sneakers and tennis shoes because I have parents who's from up north, and I think up north they say sneakers, but down south they say tennis shoes. So I say both. It depends, whatever comes out. But as someone who used to wear all flats and all that, I now have sneakers into my thing. But like I was saying, because my camera stopped, like I said, ballet flats. Now I have more sneakers than ballet flats, and now I'm trying to get back to more ballet flats to even it out. But I make subtle changes into things in my wardrobe, things I'd like, and my routine, because it is something that I want to be, and I always make a list on who I want to be as a person, and I follow that list, and I do things that help me become that person on who I want to be and who I want to feel like me and live like, so yeah. But besties, that is it for today's episode. Again, the quote is: owning your own story, loving ourselves through the process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. The affirmation again is: I'm creating a life that reflects my true self, and every choice I make is a step closer to the real me. Journal prompt again is: describe what a life that truly likes you looks and feels like you. What elements, big or small, make you feel the most like yourself? And what is one step you can take this week to bring more of those elements into your daily life? And again, you can follow You Against You on both Insta and TikTok, which is You Against You by Deja. Again, that's You Against You pod, I should say. I don't know why I say You Against You, but it's You Against You pod by Deja. Again, You Against You pod by Deja. That's for both Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow me on my personal Instagram and personal YouTube channel, which is Deja Nicole for my YouTube channel, and then my Instagram and TikTok personally is Dacia_Nicole_. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching this if you are listening to this on Spotify, don't forget to leave a rating and comment. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a rating and review, besties. Remember, it's you against you, not you against the world. And I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. I'm so sorry I have not been consistent, but like I said, it could change, but it just depends on how my week is, how I'm feeling, and all that. But I'll see you on the next episode, and I love you guys. Bye!